Hey, it's James. Welcome back to the channel. So glad you are here. I am the unofficial mayor of Cowboy Country, and I am so excited about football season. I do want you to know that I wrote this out 3 days ago. I'm comparing what Heather Dinich said would be the top 12 as far as the playoff is concerned, and I'm comparing it to my predictions. And I just want you to know that I made this prediction before today because, obviously, if you were watching TV earlier, Florida State did get upset. They lost to Georgia Tech. And so the predictions I'm making for the four big conferences, I wanted to do it before the first week. I should have done it earlier this week, but I said earlier this week, anyway, even on the Monty show, that I did not think Florida State was going to make the playoff. So let's talk, Heather, really quick. Let's talk about Heather Dinich's top 12 versus my top 12. She's got Georgia 1, Ohio State 2, Florida State 3, and Utah 4. Now that's important because those are the four conference champions, the big conference champions, and they will get the bye week. She has Texas 5, Oregon 6, Miami 7, Ole Miss 8, Alabama 9, Notre Dame 10, Penn State 11, Boise 12. That's important because if she's spot on, if she's 100% correct, then Texas will play Boise State in the first round. Oregon would play Penn State in the second round, or in the first round. Miami would play Notre Dame, and Ole Miss would play Alabama. I mean, that would be pretty cool. There's a little bit of a rivalry between Miami and Notre Dame. So, where do we differ? Well, I have Ohio State at number 1. Okay? If they lose any at all, and I don't think they will, it'll be the road game against Oregon. And then those two teams are going to play each other in the Big Ten title game, in my opinion. And then Ohio State would redeem themselves and go to the championship, go to the playoff at 12-1 or 13-0. But I still think win or lose during the season, if they redeem themselves and get the revenge win, they'll be the top spot. I've got Georgia at 2. I don't think they're going to go undefeated during this regular season, but I don't think they're going to lose more than 1. So now here's where things get a little different. I've got Miami at 3. I don't think Florida State's going to make the tournament. Obviously, the loss to Georgia Tech definitely helps my cause. And see, I've got Oklahoma State at 4. So I think, and this is my prediction, is that Utah's going to win the first game in week 4, and then they'll lose the championship game in Arlington, the Big 12 title game. I do have Texas at 5 and Oregon at 6. We agree on those. But I have Clemson at number 7 instead of Miami because I think Miami's going to win the conference. So I have Clemson coming in second place. She has Ole Miss at 8 and Alabama at 9. I have Alabama at number 8 and Ole Miss at number 9. So I just flip-flopped them. I do think that Alabama will win the regular season matchup, but that Ole Miss will win the rematch in the playoff. I've got Utah at number 10. I don't think Notre Dame's going to make the playoff. I do think the Big 12 is going to get 2 teams. The way I've got the breakdown is that SEC will get 4 teams, the Big 10 will get 3, the ACC and the Big 12 will get 2, and then you have your G5 top G5 person team at 12. Penn State at 11. We both agreed on that. And I've got Memphis instead of Boise State at 12. So, now what does that mean? It means Texas would play Memphis, and I obviously think the Longhorns would win that one. I think Oregon will beat Penn State. I actually think Utah will beat Clemson. And then Ole Miss will beat Alabama. So your final 8 are going to be Ohio State, Georgia, Miami, Oklahoma State, Texas, Oregon, Utah, and Ole Miss. So Ohio State will face Texas. I think Ohio State will win that one. And then I have this written out. I don't. Oh shoot! I don't have it with me. But wait a minute. Ohio State will play the winner of 5-12, and so that'd be Texas. So Ohio State will win that one, and then Georgia will play the winner of 6 versus 11. You got Georgia versus Oregon, so I think Georgia's going to win that one, and then you would have Miami playing Utah, because I think Utah will beat Oregon. And then I think Utah will beat Miami. And then you would have Ole Miss playing Oklahoma State. And I think, unfortunately, that's where the Cowboys' season will come to an end and the Rebels will win. So my final four is Ohio State, Georgia, Utah, and Ole Miss. Okay. I think Ohio State will beat Ole Miss. I think Georgia will beat Utah. And then, of course, in the finals, I'll have Ohio State beating Georgia. So, I really think this is going to be an exciting year. It's interesting that most likely the SEC is going to get 4 teams. But remember, I mean, consistently the SEC has been the better conference, but the Big Ten has been somewhat top-heavy. So with Michigan dropping, I think Wisconsin will get better. Luke Fickell's a really good coach. I think he's going to get things turned around there at Wisconsin. So you got Ohio State, you got Oregon, you got USC coming aboard, you got Washington coming aboard. I think, like I said, Wisconsin's going to be better. I think Nebraska's going to be better. So, yeah, I can see why those 2 conferences would get more teams than the ACC or the Big 12. But we'll discover that the Big 12 has actually gotten better, even though Texas and OU left. So, and then the ACC, I think Miami's going to be better. I think Clemson's going to be better. But because the season's such a grind, I do think Utah is going to have some success in the playoff. Unfortunately, they won't make it to the finals, but I do believe that this is going to be one heck of a year, and I can't wait to see what happens. So, If you are new, please hit like and subscribe. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you so much for watching. I will do my predictions for the 4 big conferences next week, and probably put out a video every other day. It won't be an everyday occurrence. I'd like to do it just 3 times a day, or 3 times a week, and then go from there. So thanks for watching. See you next time.